activity, we studied together with the students the greenhouse effect and its role in climate change. Evidence shows that many often students mix up concepts like climate change, global warming, greenhouse effect, and it's quite hard for them to distinguish, particularly when it comes to climate crisis due to the anthropogenic factor and the greenhouse natural phenomenon. So in a nutshell, this activity targets students from 10 years old. It takes approximately 2 school hours plus a few days for the experiment proposed. We use a lot of brainstorming, discussions in groups, and also the method of interpretation and study of data, graphics, diagrams, and visuals. So we are going to need, of course, a video projector and a screen, PC or laptop with internet connection, notebooks and pens, and particularly for the experiment we need 2 boxes, including a small amount of soil, 2 thermometers, and a thick membrane. We start together with our group, inviting them to think and reflect about the greenhouse. Have they ever been inside a greenhouse? And first of all, do they know what a greenhouse is? Do you know how the fresh produce arrive in our markets during winter? And have they ever thought that the Earth with its atmosphere acts like a greenhouse? After a few minutes, after listening to students' opinions, and after having let them discuss in pairs or small groups, we discuss in plenary that likewise the Earth's atmosphere, likewise the greenhouse, traps the sun's radiation. So without the gases in the atmosphere that have this ability to trap the solar radiation, without these gases in the atmosphere, the heat from the sun would never reach us. So the average temperature on Earth will be very, very lower than what it is now. Something like below 18 degrees below zero than 15 degrees Celsius that it is now. In order to foster understanding on how the greenhouse effect works, we propose a video that you can find it in English and English subtitles. However, there are auto translations. Subtitles are of quite good quality in many European languages. And we also propose one more video on how the climate system works, functions, including the greenhouse effect, of course, and how human activities influence and have an impact in the planet's climate system. The second activity is about a simple experiment. Again on the greenhouse effect. So what we're going to need is either 2 shallow boxes or 2 cut bottles. As you can see here, we have included a small amount of soil in both and thermometers. The difference here is that just one of them is covered with a thick plastic membrane. So we invite the students to take temperature measurements for a few days during the night and during the afternoon, and of course to keep the records. Before starting the experiment, as we always do in science, we invite them to make a hypothesis. What do they believe is going to take place? At the end of the experiment, we discuss what happened. What happened in their measurements? Are they different and why? And also urge them to make this relation to find the link between our model, our experiment, and the planet's greenhouse effect. So at the end of the day, we discussed that the plastic membrane cover provides a simulation of the greenhouse gases, the atmosphere of Earth, trapping heat similarly like the Earth atmosphere. Now, in the third step of this activity, it's time to work a bit on selected diagrams that we propose here for you. So in order to delve and dive a little bit deeper in what causes global warming and not the greenhouse effect, what causes global heating of our planet, we have included a diagram showing the rising of the overall temperature of the planet is this black line, and this blue line is a rise due to the natural, let's say, factors like solar radiation, like volcanic activity. As you can see, of course, these don't even match, but the difference is quite high. In the second diagram, we observe that anthropogenic activities like greenhouse gases actually are very close in the overall rising of the temperature, showing very clearly their input and their impact in the global heating. And it is time to make a small introduction to the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere as it is described in detail in the activity, talking about CO2, of course, talking about methane, vapors, and nitrogen oxides. And here they are actually in this second diagram. We see the greenhouse gases and their sources divided in the main human activity sectors. So here we observe and discuss the share of each sector in producing, in emitting greenhouse activities in the atmosphere. What is the electricity production part? What is the food system share, industry sector, transportation sector, the building sector, and the other smaller ones. And closing this third part of the activity, we invite you and your students to visit this particular section of Our World in Data in order to explore and find out what is happening with the greenhouse gases emissions in your countries and per sector as well. The links in the activity are all active, so the only thing you have to do is to click in the particular link and explore this magnificent and very useful repository of data in Our World in Data platform. So we invite the students to observe how did the curves start going up, when actually, to discuss what will be the reasons for this increase, when they observe a small, let's say, lowering in the curves, particularly after early zeros. Let's find out, let's think of what was happening there in terms of policies, for example, and so on and so forth. And many other things we can discuss with a group observing and studying these very simple but very useful diagrams. This was the activity about. A few tips during the application. We invite you to study these diagrams, of course, and the videos in advance for you to be prepared. You may also use other ones similar that can serve the same learning purposes and goals. As we said, the proposed videos and diagrams are in English. However, you can right-click on the web pages and using Google Translation, you can have a translation in your national languages. A small tip about the experiment, make sure that the boxes or the vessels that you are going to use are placed somewhere steadily. In outdoors, of course, and as you can assume, we can apply this activity in school subjects or projects we do with the students, like geography, earth sciences, and science, and so on and so forth. About evaluation, a few tips on evaluation. At the end, we may ask the group to express how confident they feel now after the activity, to distinguish between the natural phenomenon of greenhouse effect and the climate crisis, and also to express which human activity seems for them to have a greater part in the global warming, in heating of the earth. Thank you.